Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're doing another market update. Want to talk about what we're seeing here and the possibilities if the price breaks down. Remember, I am not a financial advisor, but we're about to break another trend line literally as we speak here. And I think we might see a little further to the downside or maybe just a retest of this number, hopefully, and then another little bump up. Now, if you happen to purchase down in this very low area, we've had some very good bounces from support a couple of times here. So when we went down back in June 24th, we saw a nice little 6% pullback, I guess more of a bounce, not a pullback. We saw this pullback and then a nice little bounce. Now we saw a bigger pullback and we saw an even bigger bounce of 8%. Now we are retesting this little line that we have auto drawn from one of my indicators, but you can see we've just broken below it and we might see a little bit further to the downside. There's a lot of fear in the market. Let's talk about the fear and greed index. If you don't know, you can go to coinmarketcap.com and you can check out this fear and greed index right here. So it gives you a lot of information about where people are in terms of sentimentally, in terms of emotionally in the market right now. And we've popped down into the fear for the last couple days here since the 4th of July, actually. So we had a big pullback. Now, if I go back and show historically, let's go on a daily chart here. Let's zoom out a little bit and let me bring up this fear and greed index onto the chart here. So as you can see, back in September of 2023, we were also kind of in the same exact spot that we just pulled into right now. So if this comes down a little bit more, especially if it goes down to the Fibonacci retracement level down here and tests this 51.2, you will see this fear number go even further down into this fear. Now, we have not hit extreme fear in over a year, in a very long time. The chart I have here, I downloaded, is only for 1 year. So if we go back to September, October timeframe, back here, you can see that we had a kind of a big pullback in August, and down here in the bottom left, you can see a very big pullback. You can see the RSI goes into that red zone about the same exact time we see the fear and greed. But you'll also notice that that was pretty much a local bottom. And then after that happening, you can see we basically went straight up with really no pullbacks up about 90%. So that was a very nice push. It went up $22,000 for this fear and greed index. Now, we know history doesn't always repeat itself, but it usually looks pretty similar. And you can see, you know, just like the Warren Buffett quote, right? When everyone's fearful, you should be greedy. When everyone's greedy, you should be fearful. So you can see this right here. When everyone's fearful, you should be buying. When everyone's greedy, up in this extreme greed area, you should be selling. So it's a very good index to kind of just gauge the sentiment. And right now you can see everything is red besides Notcoin. Notcoin had a nice little pump. I do have a decent holding in Notcoin, really not a lot. I mean, I think I put in about a couple $100, maybe only like $100 down in this area down here right before it pumped. It was quite nice. So you can see my buy is this little teal number over here at 0.00598. I am up pretty good on this trade, 150% at the time of speaking here, but Notcoin has been a very good performer. You can see it's basically the only thing green on my entire list today. So I was actually, when this came down to here, I was considering purchasing more. I don't have a lot of cash on hand, and I'm pretty bummed I didn't, because that was a 70% pump from Notcoin. But continuing with Bitcoin, let's see what we can see if we break down. So we tested this Fibonacci retracement level, you can see up here, and then we kind of are down here in the middle between these two. So I'm thinking if I go to the weekly here and kind of just show you these a little bit better here on the chart, you can see here's the levels. So I don't think we're going to get down to this 0.5 level. If you use the Fibonacci, I went over a little bit in the last video, but again, you go from the bottom of the swing to the top of the swing, and then you're going to see down here, boom, here's our 0.5 level that hopefully won't get tested, but we are getting close to this 0.382 level here. So if we test this 51,500 and we don't break it, we will see, I believe, a nice pump to the upside. I don't know that we're going to break out of this all-time high for a significant amount of time. If you've seen my price predictions that I've done multiple times on the channel, I think I'm still waiting. My guess, at least, is going to be August. Who knows? August, September. We'll see what happens here. And then we'll possibly start breaking out of this all-time high. If we cross this all-time high, we should go into price discovery, and who knows where it's going to stop. We'll come up, we'll see some pullbacks, it'll come up, be some pullbacks, and I don't think we'll ever retest these until maybe the end of 26 or maybe even 2027. I don't think we'll come anywhere back near these. So this might be your very last chance to get into the game or set up your last holdings before the rocket ship starts. I'm hoping that's what we see in the next, by the end of the year. End of the summer, end of the year, maybe around election time. Now, obviously, the election is going to have some big effects on it. But if we go back onto the fear and greed, because I think this is a really important thing to talk about. If I just Google Bitcoin news, see what's going on, you can see everyone is still talking about Mt. Gox. So Mt. Gox and the German lawmakers, how they have 40,000 Bitcoins. They're, talking about selling some of these, getting rid of some of these. So if they end up getting rid of a lot of these, we might see the price come down a little bit more. Mt. Gox is more of, I want to say it's more of just kind of FUD or fear, because people are just predicting that people are going to sell. Now, if I just got my Bitcoin back that's been held up for a long time, I'm not selling it right now if I know what I'm doing, unless I need to pay bills or something like that. So I don't think a huge portion are just going to liquidate all of their holdings right now. If the people in Mt. Gox have had their Bitcoin taken from them for quite some time, so getting them back now, if they're still active in the market and they know what's going on, if they see the same thing that everyone else sees, a lot of people who are doing this research here, and they see fear is high right now and the price is pulling back, they're not going to sell right now. So I think that's more of just a FUD thing. If we look at the Google Trends as well on the interest, you can see it always follows the price, right? So at the very top, you can see it's the strongest it's ever been, 100%. Basically, it's just a percentage of searches, right? So it's not saying that every search is Bitcoin. It's just saying it's the highest it's been in the last year here. And then right now we're at about 37% of the search value that it was in the peak. So that's how this works. This is worldwide interest over the last year. If we go, let's say like 5 years, you can see it really does just kind of follow the price. So as you can see, 2021, we had crazy interest because it's the top of the bull market. Everyone's excited. Everyone's talking about it. So it's a great time, they think, to purchase. And of course, when everyone's talking about it, that's probably the worst time to purchase. That is probably the best time to be selling, right? So you can use a lot of these indicators to help gauge where we're at in the market, what's happening here. Yeah, so when the price is very, very high, look at this is what? January, December of 2020, right? So if we go look at the chart again, if we go back to December of 2020, wait, that's not right. Is that right? Is that right? Are we talking about it right before the bull market? Let's see. The peak is right here. What is this? This is May 2021. So May 2021. Yeah. Okay. So March, May, that's when we're at the top. It's interesting that we actually saw the interest shoot up right before. I'm actually kind of surprised about that, to be honest. So this is January 2021. If we go onto the chart for January 2021, I guess, okay, we're already up in the big, okay. So I see now. So we had this big run up right here of 300%. I mean, that's a 3x. So that's a big price jump. Now people are finally searching for Bitcoin. And then it peaked up at the top of this market where we saw another 100% gain. So a 1x there, double in your money. So, okay, I get it. So we have no sentiment, no one's searching for it, no one cares about it. And then as you see this big gain up here, even at 80%, I mean, here's a nice $9,000 increase. Then you see people searching for Bitcoin. Oh my God, what's going on? Bitcoin's going crazy. Oh my God, is it another cycle? Is it another super cycle? Why, yes, it is. Because as we know, with the halving, we create these 4-year cycles that we can use, that we can leverage to be more successful for trading. I like trading these 4-year windows. If you don't want to trade a lot or often, you can kind of watch these cycles, and you know that if you purchase anywhere in this area and you're selling anywhere in this area, you're going to do very well. For people who just want to hold the whole time, that's totally fine too. Just make sure that when you're purchasing, it's either right now or in a time of, where people don't care about the market in some of these lows. Again, I think right now is going to be our last buying opportunity before April 2027. That's my guess. We'll see what happens. And that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I just want to talk about a lot of the fear in the market, the fear and greed index. It is a very nice gauge, and I'm thinking we might retest or test for the first time this 0.382. This is the time where we have the final shakeout before the banana zone, as they're calling it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what happens over the next year here, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens with this turnaround. Are we gonna retest this low again today? I don't know, possibly. If we can go down another 6% here, we might retest that. I'm thinking next week we might see a retest of this. I don't know that we'll test it today. Today's Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we'll see what happens. Hopefully not before Tuesday. I'm going to be selling my Mustang on Tuesday, and I'll have a little bit extra cash to trade with. So I plan on getting a nice long position going. I wish I would have caught something like this, 8%. If you see a lot of these other ones, even these smaller coins, man, like DOT, for example, that I've been investing in for quite some time. I mean, it saw almost a 30% pump in basically 1 to 2 days. So from the bottom of this to here, I mean, a $5 DOT is quite insane. ADA tested very low and pulled back about 13%. A lot of these coins did. Render too. Render pulled back and came up 20%, and now it's down another almost 10% today. So Render has kind of broken down. It is retesting these lows repeatedly. You can see we almost had an identical low as we had back in March of 2024. So we'll see what happens. Now, Notcoin, as I said, pumping up again. This one has been very strong for meme coins, and it's been interesting. I got it on crypto.com. If you want to purchase anything, I have links below, affiliate links that help me, help you. If you want to get a bonus and you want to join crypto.com, they have Notcoin. Coinbase does not yet. So if you want Coinbase, I have some links below as well and stuff like that. So, okay, that's pretty much it for the video. Just wanted to talk about this. We got a lot of red. If you have cash on the side, now might be the time to use some of it, not all of it. We may, again, go down slightly more. Ethereum holding pretty stable for the last while. Not as much. I think a lot of people are still, expecting the Ethereum ETF to come out soon. Binance has been stuck at that $500 level. It barely crossed the 450, down for a little bit, but this coin has been very strong as well, and Solana as well. These ones have been doing very good. Solana also, because there's a possible ETF. Might be a good one. I have been purchasing a lot of Solana and a lot of Ethereum and a lot of Bitcoin. Those are kind of my 3 biggest holdings right now, and then Render and FET. So Binance up there as well. My Binance holding is so large just because I was buying Binance coin at $7. So when it goes up to $700, you see some nice gains there. I unfortunately did not take any profits near the top because I'm a dummy. I should have taken some up here, especially when we hit that 700, which is a 10x for me, 1,000% gain. I'm sorry, 100x, not a 10x, 100x, $7 to 700, 100x. So I saw quite big profits here that I should have taken. We're still up overall, but I don't foresee this one breaking down too much more. But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy that video, press that subscribe button, press that like button, leave a comment below. What do you guys think? It all helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.